what's up guys? Shit, look at that hair. What day is it today? Is it Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah, just woke up, 5 a.m. We're gonna actually go rowing today. I've been trying very hard to find somewhere to get a single scull from, and yeah, I've actually just been able to manage to borrow one from the guys at Wintech. A nice little Cobra, which is the boat I used to use when I was a lot faster than what I'll be right now. But this steam is like the kettle beneath you, but that kind of looks like a cool effect, doesn't it? Yeah, so actually gonna get to go rowing today. I'll bring the little action camera out in the boat and film some of it, because I know that when I go rowing, these videos get a lot more views. So that's what it's all about. Kidding on. But yeah, and then a couple more things to pick up, and then folks start to arrive tomorrow. So, great.
Listen, little homie, when it rains it pours, hollow tips and talents. When she in the street, I'ma get her. She know I'm on the road. Why she go?
Wintech King have hooked me up with a boat again. Same one I was using when I was in the GB team. Yeah, it looks nice. They've been upgrading them as well, so pretty tidy interior. Good way to practice backsplashing the blade in is in the kind of point when you're super stable and there's nothing else going on and you can really focus on what you're doing. And that's very simply just when you're turning the boat. So turn the blade squared like this, and when you're spinning around, you can just play around with how you're placing. And most people, they go like this up to the catch, and then they row it in, and they pull the blade in, and they're missing a bit of water when they push the blade in. So very simply what you can do, just sort of play around with it as you're spinning. Kind of play around almost with that stabbing sort of movement. Now you don't want it to be a stab. You don't want it to be aggressive where you're really pushing the blade in. But in this case, like exaggerating and sort of playing around with it can be the first step to getting that backsplash. So really just sort of play around with it and play around with that push in and then pull. And then as you get better, you can just sort of play around with the timing, do it a bit more loose, a little bit quicker and more precise. Yeah, every time you spin the boat, it's basically a really good chance to practice how you play it. Yeah, just to explain the catch a little bit further. Obviously, the perfect catch is where I'm not going to go out to full slide because I'm not confident enough yet. And there's alligators in this water. The perfect catch is so you get up to full slide, so just imagine I'm at full slide, and you lift your arms straight up like that, and you get connected, and there's no pull back, there's not too much push in, it's just a simple straight up and down. And if we look at the blade, there's no backsplash because the boat's still. Now what happens when we do that same motion, that direct lift up while the boat's moving? So I'll just get a bit of speed on the boat. So we do that same direct lift up, you're getting backsplash. And that's almost a sign, the backsplash is a sign when you're rowing with the boat moving that you're lifting straight up while the water's running underneath you. So actually, like, it's one of those times that searching for the outcome and forcing the outcome can be a really good way to get the process right. So the other hard thing about backing the blade in properly is when you're really stretched out, it can be quite hard to be precise because you're reached out all the way and you kind of almost have to feel like you reach even further to back the blade in. So what you can try is rowing at like half slide. So, and changing the way you think about the catch. So I want you to think about the catch like you're not getting to the front and lifting your blade. You're stopping yourself moving forward by lifting your hands. Okay, stop thinking about it like the catch. Stop thinking about it how you place. Think about I'm trying to back the blades in and stop myself moving forward by lifting my hands. So I'll just roll off and show you. I'll get the boat moving first. So again, a full slide can be quite hard to do when you're fully reached down. So the way to search for this is simply just by half slide. You really compress, and again, you're sort of stopping yourself moving forward by lifting the hands. Now, obviously, this is really clunky. This is really like chunky. It's not really very smooth. But what it does is just get you used to that idea of lift. It's almost like you look around and see you're going to crash and you want to stop. It's that same idea. And the idea is, as you get better, is less and less force at the catch until hopefully, when I'm done doing it perfectly, be a little bit more subtle, a little bit more gentle, and then finally, take it out to full slide. That same motion that we're looking for at the catch. One of your half slide, I'm getting out of breath here. I'm out of shape. Same idea at the front. So, really good sort of catch progression there, and to force yourself to learn how to do it right. The kind of final thing you can do as well, once you get the mechanics of it right, you can try making it more relaxed. So once you get the idea of placing it and pushing it on the way forward and backing the blade in, the next progression could be just relaxing a bit more. So you can start off with whatever you're comfortable with. You can literally start at like the rockover, half slide or full slide or whatever. And all it is you're going to start with like flat hands, and you're just going to go up and down the blades like this. And what I want you to do is to basically practice taking your weight off the handle. That's actually quite a good way that you can get used to it, is just do one side at a time. And you're just sort of doing this loose drop and letting the blade get sucked in. Imagine what I like to do is imagine there's like a letterbox for your puddle, and there's a hoover or a vacuum on the other side, and it's sucking the blade in. And you're not lifting it in, you're just letting the blade get sucked in like that. So yeah, you can start off with one hand, and then if you feel confident, start off at like half slide, get flat hands, and you're just gradually trying to take the weight off the handle, where you just sort of have that brief moment where you're taking your palms off the handle. Just one side note, the mistake I see people making is they do it with their elbows like this, and their shoulders aren't doing anything. Make sure you're not doing it from there, it's from the shoulders. You're not doing that at the catch when you're rowing full slide, but for some reason when the boat stopped, people like to go from the elbows. So make sure that you're pivoting from the shoulders, okay? Now what we want is for you to re-grip. I don't know why I said re-grip in quotes. Put your fingers back around the handle, and I want you to try and get the same feeling of that dropping in while your hand was flat. Just get that same feeling while your fingers are around, the same noise as well. So yeah, same idea. You can start off maybe flat hands. That idea just getting sucked in, and then re-grip gradually. It's that same idea. You're just letting the blade get sucked in by that letterbox, if you want to think about it like that. Now, memorize that movement. As you're doing that movement, you want to memorize, what does this feel like? What am I doing with my hands, my shoulders? What does it sound like? What noise is the splash? And then the key is, bring that into normal rowing while you're doing that backsplash, while you're pushing the blade in. So, we'll go off rowing now. again, try to bring in that idea we were doing earlier, backsplash the blade in, combined with the loose relaxation. Now I probably won't be able to get it. It'll be harder to get it consistently if you're not that well balanced like me. As long as you get the intent to make the change every time, you're backing the blade in, you're doing it loosely. Really good start, a really good way to make a step in the right direction. So off we go. Same idea. Before we were, so this is the exaggeration. Before we were exaggerating that push in, pushing the blade in like that. Now we're doing it with relaxation. A little bit more loose. That same movement we were doing, taking the weight off the handle. I'm not quite getting it. There we go. The big thing is as well, not being too rushed to get away. You want to press, go! It's press, time, push. Press, time, push. You want that gap in front of the spoon, that air gap. You want the water to close in on that before you push. Now, of course, 2 keys to get right. Tapping down with shape, squaring early enough. Allow yourself to take the catch like this. If you don't have shape, you're squaring late, you're never going to be prepared enough. Back it in like that. Just going to enjoy the last stretch here and shut up. So another good progression to do with the idea of how to load the stroke, how to push, is the sort of back it down, squeeze and push. Now, 2 things you need to have, well, probably a few things actually. So what you do basically, you sit here, set it roughly like half slide, or sorry, the rock over. You back it down a little bit, stop and drive. You can start off really short and then build as your confidence builds. But a few checklists first. One, make sure that you're leaning forward, that you're loose in the shoulders, which I'm not really doing a good job of right now. Make sure that like you've got downward pressure on the foot plate, and that you're also squeezing your glutes. You got your glutes activated to take the stroke. So the way to build this is, again, start off like this, blade squared and buried, back it down again, start off. So my weight, I'm nice and loose as possible, weight on the foot plate, glutes on, squeezing my bum muscles, back it down a tiny bit, feel the load, and then go, push out all the way. It's actually quite good to start with this back end, and the way what you can focus on here is your connection to the finish, and making sure that when you come through here, that you're pushing that foot plate away, and you're feeling that connection through your feet, and up through your body, through your lats, and transferring it through the oar. So, the way to do this is, again, this is more finish work. You can do it where you do more front end work, where you go out further. For now, we're just going to start with the back. So a slight back, just an inch or 2. Stop, feel the load, squeeze, push, push, push. And as I'm doing that, I'm really pushing through the foot plate. The mistake people make is they do the leg drive legs, and then they just go like that, and they're not actually pushing through the foot plate. You're not pushing through the foot plate, you're not moving the foot. Fucking loud road over there. So yeah, that's a good one to try. Back end connection one. The way you can do it more in the front end. Okay, I'm not I'm quite rusty right now, so hopefully I don't fall in, become alligator food. But again, start a bit further out, like half slide. Again, back it. You can just back it like an inch. All you need to do is just do enough where you can take that load there. So okay, back it. We'll go there, stop, and then squeeze there. Press all the way. The key. I keep saying the key. I've probably said the key about 5 times for 5 different things. What to think about is when you stop, it's not as hard as you can. You need to let the grip build. It's a gradual push and a gradual squeeze. Again, loose up here, weight on the foot plate, glutes switched on. So again, start again, back it down, stop, feel the load, loose, squeeze there, all the way through the foot plate. Really good way to get that idea and that connection. It's easier to do it when the boat's still because you're stationary and the load's heavier, there's more to push off of. The tricky part is doing that when you're moving. So if you want to start off, you can even do it at like rate 14, 16 if you want to increase the load. You even do it with a bungee. Let's just talk it through here as we go. So roll, push, like that again. Not trying to do too much at the front. Push, drive all the way through. Squeeze. Whew. That feels good. Not sustainable though. You get really nice run in the boat when you do this right. Connection there. Yeah, it's a good little progression. One of my favorite checkpoints is pause at the rollover. This is a really key part. When your weight goes from here in the bows, back of the seat, to the front of the feet, that's what we say. When you rock forward, there needs to be a really conscious effort to bring your weight from the back onto the front here, where you've got that downward pressure on the foot plate, and you're feeling that connection there. You don't just rock forward and keep your weight on the seat. You rock forward and get your weight onto the foot plate. Again, if you want to think about it like, imagine you rock forward, there's a piece of paper here and you're trying to hold it in between your feet and the foot plate. Second thing to check on that pause is make sure those glutes are switched on. You have to tell your brain to switch them on. Everybody likes to get to here, not have the glutes on, and just fire the quads and the hips don't go with it. Make sure those glutes are switched on in the pause. When you pause, weight in the foot plate, glutes switched on, keep that connection as you slide forward. So let's bring it into practice. So, pause, there. Weight in the foot plate, hands down low as well. Glutes switched on, slide forward. Weight in the foot plate, glutes on, slide forward. You do not have to be perfectly balanced doing this. Okay, that downward pressure. Again, if you get that connection to the foot plate, you're lowering your center of gravity, you're improving your balance. Slide forward. Now you can start to bring it in like alternate or normal, but still going through the checkpoint. Weight in the foot plate, glutes on, slide forward. Same idea. Foot plate, glutes. Bring that into normal rowing. The last one, really good progression off the back, is sort of tapping, tap feather away. That was a terrible demonstration, but I'm going to break it down. So starting here, checkpoint, sitting up, shoulder, you're not hunched, you're not tense, chest is up like a pigeon, elbows are out, nice and relaxed. So oar is kind of across there, in your palm. All it is to start off with, how we take out the blade, just like moving those hands up and down, keeping everything else really still. Not very good at this right now. Keep sitting up nice and tall, think about keeping centered. And the progression is, once you've done some of these, do some top feathers, and you're gonna hold. Top, feather, hold. The mistake people make is they go top, feather, and like hold, but they hold their hands high. Key is to like top, feather, hold. Repeat that, top, feather, hold. Doesn't matter if the balance goes off to one side. It's hard to do it when you're still. Top, feather, hold. Then if you screw it up, that's fine. Top, feather, hold. It's that quick, sort of pop. Pop the toast, spread the butter as an analogy if you want to think about it like that. Spread the peanut butter or jam, whatever your condiment of choice is. Final one, top, feather, away. To be honest, people like left over right, right over left, right in front of left, same time. I don't think it matters that much. You find what works for you. Top, feather, away. Top, feather, away. And again, we're doing this with shape. Or top feather and go away high. Top feather, scrape your thighs. Okay? Really key movement here. Do this while the boat's moving. You will fly. I don't know what the circulation pattern is here, but I'll just bring it into practice now. So we're doing that same motion of top, feather, away. We'll start off quite clunky, and then we'll try and smooth it out. Top, feather, away. Top, feather, away. Top, feather, away. Top, feather, away. Keep that shape low as we go forward. We don't get it here and then go back up. Reaching for your toes. Friggin' watch keeps stopping. Oops. Let's see if that holds. Probably not. Oh, sorry. It's a bumpy road here. Oh, shit. God damn it. Oh, sorry. Wasn't a traffic jam here. God damn. That's not gonna work. Sorry. I'm like in this big field and I'm blocking traffic. Not really blocking, I'm just stopping. All this space to my left, all this space to my right. Like 3 people just passed me being like, what the hell are you doing? It's like, just go around me. Anyways, nice little row. I was actually doing some kind of demo drills for all the athletes that are coming, so I'll probably include some of that in the vlog. But yeah, I think it feels like my technique. It feels. That's the important thing in that sentence. It feels good. But to be honest, I think it's just the feeling of the boat moving and that kind of fluidness. Whether or not it's good or not is a bit more subjective. But certainly, if I was to get fast again, it would be the fitness that would need to be improved. So yeah, I would really like to be able to get in a boat more. Chatting with Wintech a little bit actually about maybe getting a little single scull set up. I'm gonna stop talking because that's gonna right, okay, bye. It was a good session, it was nice and sunny. That's we're gonna call it a scene. Bye. Got back to the accommodation, showered, can't remember what I filmed last. But very happy with this little area that I picked for the accommodation. It's kind of walking distance, like 4 or 5 different cafes. Good vegan restaurants as well. Food out here is very nice, I have to say. So yeah, just walking over to Cafe Project Coffee or something it's called. Getting an iced coffee, heading back, do a bit of work. Oh shit. And then heading over to meet one of our athletes who's actually in Tampa right now. Pick up some stuff as well. We're gonna borrow Erg to do some lactate testing, and then yeah, she'll be coming over for the camp as well. So it's only like an hour away from Sarasota. So yeah. Not too bad. Yo, I keep forgetting to finish these vlogs off. So rather than a low effort little title scrolly thing to explain what happened, I'm going to do a video for you. You're welcome. Got my jumper on inside out, but I'm not going out and I can't be bothered to change it, so fight me. Yeah, last day where I'm on my own, and then some people, what's that, my mustache? Some people come out tomorrow, and then my dad comes out tomorrow, so picking them up from Tampa Airport, and then we're pretty much getting started Thursday morning. So this is kind of the last sort of like holiday / small amount of work day that I have, and then we're getting straight into it. Looking forward to having everybody around. So yeah, we're going to be filming those days. We're playing it by ear. It's the first time we've done this, but hopefully my dad's doing all the filming and stuff like that and editing. So what we're going to try and do is for people that are okay with us sharing it, sort of walk you guys through the journey and the technical stuff that we work on over the few days that we're here, and then hopefully you can try and we've got 8 people here, so probably going to be at least one thing that they're working on that you can also be working on.
So yeah, hopefully try and document it. We'll be doing stuff from the launch, filming from the launch, and then also doing like the live tech reviews and stuff like that. So we'll share all that and post all that. So should be a good shitload of content. Do you mind? Honestly, the nerve of some people. But yeah, I'll leave it there. I'm gonna go walk to get some food. Exciting. Toodles!